We've got an update on property tax relief. It's May 20th, 2025, and these are your headlines. Well, just earlier today, the Texas House gave approval to a package of property tax relief bills negotiated with the Senate, including an increase to the state's homestead exemption, but not without some pushback from lawmakers who say the relief doesn't go far enough. Senate Bill 4, which raises the homestead exemption for Texas homeowners from $100,000 to $140,000, passed unanimously today. It was carried in the House by Representative Morgan Meyer, who chairs the Tax Writing Ways and Means Committee. During debate, freshman Representative Mike Olcott offered an amendment to increase this exemption even further from $140,000 to $160,000, arguing that the state's massive $24 billion surplus warranted a larger return to taxpayers. Well, Meyer urged members to vote against the change, citing a tightly negotiated deal and warning that increasing the exemption would require cuts to other parts of the state budget. Can you imagine? Well, the amendment was ultimately tabled by a 96-35 vote. In addition to SB 4, the House also passed Senate Bill 23. That increases the homestead exemption for elderly or disabled homeowners to $200,000. That bill, too, passed unanimously. The legislative package also includes a measure to raise the business personal property tax exemption from $2,500 up to $125,000. That's part of the compromise announced recently between House and Senate leaders. The homestead exemption increases must still be approved by voters in the November election. The plan, when accounting for new relief, comes short of the $10 billion goal Governor Greg Abbott laid out in his State of the State address earlier this year. Attorney General Ken Paxton is launching an investigation into possible violations of state law by U.S. Masters Swimming. The AG's office said it would review documents related to reports that the organization allowed a biological male to compete in a women's swimming event in San Antonio. The probe will specifically focus on whether U.S. Masters Swimming engaged in false, deceptive, and misleading acts and practices by marketing the event as a women's sporting event, but allowing men to compete. Citizens first sounded the alarm after Hugo Caldes, a 47-year-old male who identifies as female, took first place in 5 events at the 2025 Spring Nationals, held at the Northside ISD Swim Center in late April. The investigation serves as the latest chapter in Paxton's pursuit of protecting women's sports. In February, the Attorney General sought a temporary injunction against the National Collegiate Athletic Association on the same grounds of deceptive trade practices.
Texan. I hope you'll sit down with Texas Scorecard every Sunday as we visit with real Texans who are doing real things to make the Lone Star State shine even brighter. We're going to be talking to activists and politicians, but we're also going to be talking with men and women who are shaping business in Texas and driving for a better culture.
A legal dispute over the status of Harris County Precinct 2 Commissioner Adrian Garcia's seat is moving to an appeals court after a district judge found that the court lacked jurisdiction regarding a lawsuit challenging his eligibility to serve. The lawsuit alleges that Garcia vacated his commissioner's seat in August of 2023 when he accepted an appointment to the board of the Gulf Coast Protection District. The plaintiffs argued that holding both positions simultaneously violates state law prohibiting public officials from occupying 2 offices with conflicting duties. In the lawsuit, Mark Golaby argues Garcia was not legally entitled to exercise the powers of the office of commissioner, and any items that were purportedly approved by the commissioner's court by a 3-2 vote, with Garcia's vote as part of the majority, were not approved. Vega, who plans to run for the Precinct 2 seat, requests the court to compel the Commissioner's Court to acknowledge the vacancy and call a special election to fill the unexpired term, which runs through December of next year. Harris County attorneys argued that Garcia's appointment to the GCPD was invalid from the outset due to the self-appointment doctrine, which prohibits members of a governing body from appointing themselves to another position. Therefore, they say Garcia never legally held the GCPD position, and his role on the Commissioner's Court remains unaffected. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.